Welcome everybody back to the Tech Woke channel. On this channel, we talk about cyber, tech, career, and life. And I'm your host, Chris. I'm an RMF specialist that works in the GovTech space. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about careers and how to get into tech. And we brought on Chelsea. Chelsea is trying to get a career in cybersecurity, more specifically GRC. So today we want to have a conversation and help her get through this situation on how to get where she needs to go. So we're going to have a conversation. But welcome to the channel, Chelsea. How you doing?
Doing good. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me. How
Yeah, it's
are
a
you?
pleasure. I'm doing good. It's a pleasure having you on. I know we've been talking for a while, so and we give you tips and things like that. But we want to do, and I'm glad you came on to do something to help everybody. So I appreciate you for coming on.
Of course, you're welcome.
Yeah. So how's your morning going?
It's going pretty well. Made it to the gym this morning, so that's a win.
Good. Once you get to what workout in the morning, you're relaxing. That's all you really need to do. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's yours
So
going?
Oh, my morning's good. I had a couple meetings. You know how it can be in this field, just busy, busy, busy. But this is it's the name of the game. This is what God you ask God for. So God delivers. So I would rather be in this position than not be in the position. So I'm really happy.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. I love that. Now, so Chelsea, we're gonna start. Tell the audience about yourself and who you are.
sure. So I am someone that is really passionate about keeping up to date with the latest certifications and technologies to drive innovation and to help companies achieve their business goals securely and efficiently. My background is in social media. I have about 10 years experience in social media, and I got into technology through my social media work, just like working around a lot of technology. Um, so I signed up for this IT support program where I got my A plus and the Google IT support certs, and then the, that's basically how my journey began in technology.
Okay, so you that's what you want to do. You start off with social media and you're slowly trying to transition into cyber. Um, so you've been working on that and by getting the certs and doing things to get that in process. Okay. So Chelsea, can you tell me about the issues that you're having getting into cybersecurity?
Yeah. So far, I have been blessed with obtaining an internship, which I just rounded up last month, doing like compliance work, making sure that they're compliant with like SOC 2, HIPAA, and so forth. So now I'm now like looking for that full time like role where I can like continue to grow and basically um, continue to grow and basically like learn some more in the field.
Okay, so you say it was an internship?
Yeah,
Okay, that's good. So you wanted to get into GRC specifically, right? That's what you wanted to
yeah,
get into. Okay, so you did a GRC internship where they taught you different things. Uh, so can you explain some of the different things they taught you?
yeah. So I basically like worked with system owners to kind of understand their like systems and processes, and like basically help the company get ready for like their SOC 2 type 2 um, um, com- compliance. um, I, I also like made sure that like people were current with their security awareness trainings. What else? I also would like test for like incident response, like they're like processes and access control as well. Yeah, those are the kind of things that I did while
Yeah,
I was.
that's good. That's actually really good work. A lot of people don't have that experience, especially in an internship.
Mm.
Okay, so you did this internship. You also did you get your security plus also?
Oh yeah, so I got my Security Plus last year December. Yeah, so about 3 months ago, like 3 months ago.
Okay, even better. So that's it. That's good. For the audience. So Chelsea has done two great things. The first step, she identified what she wanted to do. She's currently wants to get into GRC. She has done the GRC internship. She also has got her Security Plus, and that's kind of the building blocks of what you do. Okay,
Mm.
so I love that Chelsea's done all that stuff. Okay, so
One more.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. One more. One more thing. I'm also um obtained my ISO 27001 lead auditor cert just like last week.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
Even
you.
better. So you've done everything you need to get in the field. How long have you been looking for a job?
Yeah. So I would say like actively for like um it would be like a month, like this week, so like a month.
Oh, so you've been looking for it for a month. Okay, so you haven't been looking for a very long time. Have you been getting interviews?
Yes. So I got I have been um getting interviews. So far I've gotten about, I would say like four interviews.
That's good. And I would also suggest to you, and I know we talked, just increase the amount of jobs you apply for because like when you're applying, people only do like 4 or 5. So you can increase the odds, apply to like 20 of them every day. That's what I would recommend.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you not think that is like too much? Like
no, it's not too much.
overkill?
You're trying to get a job. I did the same thing.
Okay. So like
So
10 a day or more.
if you can do 20, that's the best number. 15 to 20 a day.
Ooh.
Because you keep your odds in your favor and look and play and apply on platforms like Indeed, Dice.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the best platforms to get a job. LinkedIn is pretty cool. So I would also, check on LinkedIn also, but Indeed and Dice are probably the best platforms. Also, too, on LinkedIn, if you look also with people that apply on LinkedIn, they have people that post jobs. I would also reach out to them also.
Right.
And just hit them in the DMs. Hey, you looking for this position? I saw that you applying for this position. Here's my resume, or reach out to them directly so you can have direct to the source.
Mm.
So, and
Okay.
if you can get a coffee chat with them people. So if that position is not for you, I would also do that too.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Thank.
So there's no problem. So the main issue is just you just been looking for jobs. Okay, so you've been doing that. I told you about the LinkedIn. Also, too, I would also suggest that you do a lot of projects in GRC. And also, I shared you a couple projects you can do.
Yeah.
Um, looking at some of the guidelines, some of the risk frameworks, post about it. And then also, I told you you can, pretend you're, going through a cybersecurity situation. Say your manager sent you something, and go through the steps. Hey, I will reach out to this, like incident response. I will reach out to this system administrator. Then I will get back to my manager, and then we'll bring it up, send notifications. So I would also do projects like those. And what
Okay.
I would do is follow everybody that's in the GRC space and just post it on LinkedIn.
Just post more. Yeah. I do need to like post more on LinkedIn. So.
Yeah, because people looking. I'm looking. I go on LinkedIn. So if I see somebody like there was a young woman that I saw, she posted on LinkedIn. Hey, what did she post? I'm looking for people to help give us. She wanted somebody in the GRC space to kind of help the group out, and she scheduled a meet and everything. People are more inclined to help if if you're posting about it. Or there was a guy I follow. He posts almost a project every day, and it inclines me to help him. So it's like, okay, well, he's actually doing the work. So I
Right.
might want to give him some tips. So I would do that. Or in some cases, there's a guy I interviewed in the past, Nigel Boston. He posted his jobs on LinkedIn so many times and followed the right people.
Oh
Like
wow.
literally, just go on LinkedIn, type in GRC, just follow all those people. Eventually, one of the people gave him a job, and he didn't have a security plus.
Oh wow.
So there's just some tips that will help. And then also, what part of, so this will help you in the future with jobs also. Like what part of GRC are you trying to get into? Like there's
Um,
different.
IT auditing,
Okay.
IT audit.
Yeah. So GRC is basically like well, you it depends on when you become an auditor, but like what space? Banking,
Oh right, right. So
government.
yeah, so the space that I just left was health tech. So maybe
Hmm.
so I'm actually maybe banking would be cool. Yeah, so I would say banking, but I'm also kind of like I'm trying not to be too picky, but like do you think I need to narrow it down to like the specific industry that I need to be
Yeah,
in?
you need to narrow it down specifically because, for example, and I'll show you an example of my resume so you'll get it so we can help each other out. Okay, share. Let me share a copy. 1 second. Okay, so for the audience that's watching, here's a copy of my resume. So I work in the RMF space. So since I work in the RMF space, I tailored my resume completely to a RMF resume. So I only have things that's specific for the career. So this is things they're looking for in the career, like STIGs, EMAS, availability, or just things that relate to the ACAS, POEMs, NIST. This is everything that relates to that position. So for the audience, this is what I mean when you need to tailor your resume. And Chelsea, do you understand what I mean by tailor your resume?
Yeah, yes, tailor it to the role, right?
Yeah, so you tailor it to every role that you want to do because, like I said, there's a when you're submitting your resume on Indeed and all these different platforms, there's a lot of the times there's robots that's looking at your stuff.
Mm,
So there's pre-screening you so that when they get to the hiring manager or recruiter that you're already a good fit. And if you notice, a lot of time you do the interview with the recruiter, a lot of times they don't know what's going on because they don't read; they just trust the robot. So that's why you got to follow an ATS format. And you see, my resume follows a certain format so that you
yeah,
can follow people. And let me go back to it one more time.
okay.
Yes, just to share one more thing on there. So for my resume, also, people, make sure you list when you were in the school. Make sure you put all your coursework that relates to the position. So I put everything, even things that are non-technical that can transfer over. So even like criminalistics, things like this, data analysis, all that transfers over to the cyber. So you don't always have to have a technical background. And I will also do the same thing with internships. Also do the same thing with projects. Just make sure it's listed so that you can know you're doing it and don't lie on your resume because they will ask you during the
Yeah,
interview and you don't want to get that.
I didn't know you had a master's in cyber.
Oh
That's
yeah, I do. I need to talk more about it, right?
forensic.
Okay, so Chelsea, yeah, so we're gonna go check out your resume just so the audience can kind of get a feel on, and then so we can help you properly guide you what you need to do.
Cool.
So okay, okay, so we're gonna go to your resume. Okay, so we have Chelsea. We have her name. We have. I like that you put all this in here. This is good. I would move the CompTIA Security Plus and A Plus to certification section. Um, I would tailor this a little bit better just so you can have some keywords
Okay.
on what you're trying to do, and then also tell them about what you can do and explain to them that you're new to the position. It's probably the best way to put that there.
Mm,
So I like that. The skills section is pretty good. The only so what I'm saying, you got SOC 2, you got NIST. You got a lot of things on here. I know you've done a lot, but again, since you're trying to get into HIPAA, and you coming from the healthcare field, I would just let the audience, let the recruiter and put on your resume know that, hey, I know HIPAA.
Mm,
Put all the compliance tools for HIPAA. You can still put NIST. Oh, you have HIPAA. You got high trust, but you don't need PCI DSS or if the position requires SOC 2, put it on there. But
okay.
going forward, like for your resume, when you look at a job, make sure you tailor it to each job. Yeah,
Mm,
just don't mass apply because sometimes it might not be the best fit. And then you don't need to put everything like NIST, FISMA. FISMA is good, but it's more of like show like the levels of how bad something is.
mm,
So that's good. I mean, you got some good stuff like audit, vulnerability scanning. That's pretty good hardware. Some of this you don't need to put on here.
okay.
Yeah, because it's a GRC position. It's no problem. Technical experience, created users, passwords. Yeah, all this is good, but it's more for IT role.
Mm,
So you got to make it sure it's for GRC role.
okay.
Yeah. So projects. I like how you got some good projects in here. Phishing, simulation, go fish, collaborate with the audit team. This one I like in particular for GRC,
Mm,
but I would just do more projects that's more tailored to GRC. and
okay.
and try to keep as many keywords as possible that you use so that they can understand that you know how to do the job.
Mm, okay.
And then the education section, and I would put this a little higher, and also have a certification section. And
Okay.
I'll help you out with this later on.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's no problem. And I like that you was an audit intern. You perform audits at the application tools, information system, infrastructure, terminal controls. That's pretty good. Audit plans, develop it. Yeah, all this is good, but again, take it down just a little bit. It's a little too much, and it's a little bit wordy.
Okay.
So slim it down just a little bit, and only keep the things that you need that relate to the position, and try to make it down to like 3 or 4 bullet points.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing with the IT assistant. Just put things down that relate to the GRC position, but slim it down just a little bit because like when you are recruiters looking at it, the main things they want to see first: who is this person? What education they have? What certifications they have? What skills do they have? And then they'll slowly get down. Then once they get down to this, they don't want to read too much. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
O-
just slim it down just a little bit. But other than that, this is a good resume. Just got to fix on a couple things. But to the audience, when you're trying to apply for a job, especially in tech, cybersecurity, or thing, you got to tailor your resume. Make sure you slim it down. Make sure you put things that relate to the position so it can hit the ATS format. Because again, a lot of people are looking at it. So yeah, that's a good resume though.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're doing good. So the next steps for you, I would suggest Chelsea. First we got to fix your resume. Okay, you got the Security Plus. That's good. So you can apply to as many jobs, and so fix the resume. We're gonna apply to at least 15 to 20 jobs a day. Tailor the resume for what industry you want to get into,
Okay.
and just work on more projects, and do more research, and do at least a couple mock interviews so you can kind of be prepared.
Mm,
Because they're going to ask you certain questions, and you got to know how to. And once you do projects, they'll slowly get you in the mind of a cybersecurity specialist because you're not going to know everything.
yeah.
So yeah, so it's pretty good. Do you have any questions?
Um, question. So, I was going to ask what tools slash resources do you kind of use to develop yourself as a professional, like both professionally and personally?
Okay, so the first place I ain't gonna lie, LinkedIn is probably the first place when it comes to cyber, I follow a lot of people that's in the space.
Mm,
So when I want to get updated on certain things, like this thing I'm looking at that's called it's a basic continuous ATO. It's a new process they're trying to put
okay.
into the government space, and I'm looking into that. So I keep up to date on LinkedIn by following professionals. When it comes to vulnerabilities and knowing what's going on in cyberspace, I check out Cyberwire. Cyberwire is a good podcast when it comes to vulnerabilities and things like that.
Okay.
Also, I just talked to some people that's a little senior to me, and I just pick their heads on what's going on in the space. You know,
Mm,
what should I know? How should I get better? So I always have mentors in the space. And then too, I'm constantly working on projects and things like that to help get me better. By even teaching, so even teaching the stuff that I know helps me get a better understanding on what I know to get better. And then too, sometimes when even on LinkedIn, when I'm teaching something, somebody might know something just a 1% better, put it in there, and I might read it and get better.
right.
So that's why
Oh,
it's good to post your projects on LinkedIn.
mm,
So
okay.
that's kind of the things that I do.
Cool.
You have any more questions? You ask them away.
Yes. What is one thing that you wish you knew, like before entering into the cyberspace?
Yeah, so when I was getting into the cybersecurity space, the one thing I wish I knew is cybersecurity is a vast industry. You can
Mm,
apply to any position. You can apply to any position. But the one thing I wish I knew when getting in, hey, you have to focus on one thing. If I focused on one thing, I would have been got a job because I applied for like a lot of jobs, probably over 100. I'm gonna just say over 100. I don't know the number. And
mm,
then overall, I kept getting no, 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 no. My friend said, hey, you want to get into RMF? I was like, yeah. And then once I focused my resume on that, and then
mm,
also even IT, because even I was focusing on IT at one point, and then I was tailoring my resume to that. So it was either I was going to get a RMF special or IT. But once I
mm.
tailored it, it was easier to get jobs because even the recruiters they say, hey, your resume is good, but this is a cyber for the IT position. They said this is a cyber resume,
Oh.
but you need to kind of tailor it to IT.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the main thing. Just focus on one thing because everybody wants to do everything. I talk to so many people and they be like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do. I'm like, bro, just calm down. You got to focus on one thing. If you gonna keep doing all this, eventually you're gonna be talking about the same thing for the next year.
Right.
So that's another thing.
Okay.
Anything else?
So have you always been in RMF, or like did you kind of like um stumble into it, or like, yeah, like through?
Yeah. I always been in RMF. I was originally supposed to work in IT, but again, the position I got it was straight in RMF. So I've been working in that field for about 5 years.
Okay.
And when I got into it, it was just like you had to go, go, go. So I learned a lot throughout those 5 years. So
Mm.
that's how I got into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's all the questions that I have.
That's no problem, Chelsea. Yeah, but again, Chelsea, we're going to work on your resume to get it better for our GRC position. Help you a little bit on the interview prep, but that's the key takeaways I see. You have everything. You've done everything you need to do. We're just going to I'm going to work with you a little closer just to get those things done. But Chelsea, I really appreciate you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And to the audience that's watching, if you need a coaching experience, hey, check me out, book an appointment. Also, like the video, put a comment down below. If you enjoyed it, had any tips or any things like that, make sure you checking out this video on all the podcasting platforms and make sure you download and things like that. And also, if you want any more help, check out the school community that I have for people that's trying to get into GRC, cyber, and things like that. Check it out. It's only $10. That it will help people that are new. I'm going to put courses in there. Working on a poem course right now. I'm going to slowly start working them on, slowly, but surely. But just make sure you check it out. It will help you get into cyber, and you can also have a community of people to help you get into cyber. So remember, everybody, get 1% better every day. Thank you, Chelsea. Peace out, everybody. I'll see you on the next one.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.